afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne, and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Today is July 5th, so hopefully, I'm sure there's a lot of you that are experiencing a day off today as well with the long weekend. So I hope you're having an amazing time kind of winding down from the 4th of July, which a lot of people celebrate in the United States of America. You know, Independence Day, right? 1776, boy, whew, that's so appropriate for now and what's being brought up and, you know, forward in a lot of ways, as you know, I'm speaking about. So I just, today's featured sign, as I read for 2 sun signs every single day, the featured sign, which the reading is predominantly for, and then I pick the highlighted sign, which I do right in front of you, and I'll do this moment. Today's featured sign, though, is Cancer. Beautiful, water sensitive, emotional, very, very intuitive sign of Cancer. For you, dear Cancer, you're highlighted special relationship, connection, love connection, any kind of love, you know, not necessarily romantic, certainly has something to do with that for a lot of you, but, you know, any kind of connection or relationship that really makes a big difference in your life, okay? And that went right off the board, forgive me. So your highlighted connection that Spirit wants you to know about, and as I said, I read the 3 major categories for, it's going to be, it's kind of in the middle of the both. It's Scorpio and Sagittarius. I just actually read the, you know, featured sign of Gemini, and the highlighted connection was Scorpio, so that's interesting. Let's try it one more time. Okay, yeah, let's do it. It's Leo. Okay, Cancer, you know what I'm talking about. I see this so much. Leo, I mean, okay, so let's break it down. I want to make it as simple and as straightforward as possible. We are in your sun season now, Cancer. Happy birthday. Today's your birthday. Let's see, my grandmother, oh my God, my grandmother, I had 2. I love them both. My grandmother, Monkhouse, believe it or not, was the, I don't know, I just had a connection I can't even explain. Cancer, July 16th. Best friend through junior high, high school, moving into our apartment together. Cancer, loving, caring, nurturing, very sentimental, capable. Cardinal signs, yeah, you do stuff. You initiate things. You're movers and shakers, and you do cater to your home. If you could be working from home, 9 times out of 10, I find that people in the Cancer, you know, with the Cancer sign, element of water, they're okay with that. They can adjust to that probably a lot better than, let's say, other fire signs or even air signs, you know, because you love the home. You love making it comfortable for others, and you love catering to others, and you love family. Straight and simple, you know, it's just, and whatever you consider family. Whether it's your furry friends or, you know, legitimate nuclear family, extended family, you know where I'm going. Friends or family, a lot of times. We get to pick those. And so you have Leo. Leo is quite predominant in our stars and the planets right now. Leo is that fire energy that is so incredibly vivacious and big and enthusiastic and strong and dignified and very ego-centered in the sense that they are ruled by the sun, the brightest star in our galaxy, right? That's the ruling planet. That's how they come into this world. So it's all about, okay, everybody, here I am. And they do amazing things. They're incredibly creative, talented, hardworking, all the variables, very spirited and extremely passionate. So they will put you on a pedestal. Cancer, you are going to be their number 1, okay? You will be their center stage, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, they have this temperament that can be quite hot and fiery, since being a fire element. They are fixed signs, so they are set in their ways about a fair amount of things, but a lot of times it's a good thing, because, you know, it's good to have that determination, which fixed signs have. As long as it's on the higher level of energy, right? We've got the shadow and the higher energies. And if you focus on the higher, it's just that they want to really accomplish and do and persevere and give it everything they've got. The determination aspect of a fixed sign. I love it. And then we have the fact that they have Mars and Venus in their sign right now, Leo does. So let me just say, if you are connected with somebody right now, specifically that's a Leo, or you don't know yet, with this new moon that happens to be in your sign, Cancer, on the 10th, it's going to be all systems go. I mean, with an existing relationship, that's going to get more powerful, more stronger, more affectionate, if there's even a possibility of that with Leo. And there's just, it's going to level up and glow up and blow up. And it's beautiful. If it's a new person, or you're just dating and you're thinking, I'd love to meet somebody, this new moon influence is going to be all over that with this Leo Venus, you know, the planet of love and magic and power and money and extravagance and good feelings and passion. In the sign of Leo, come on now, we're all going to generally feel that, but here you've got this as your highlighted connection. So there is a definite special thing going on with you with that. And if you want to let me know, please feel free, because I'm very nosy about that when it comes to situations like this. I love it when my viewers, I say clients because I'm a massage therapist in my other job. I love it when my viewers say, MaryAnne, spot on, thank you. And I say back to you, my absolute pleasure, my purpose, and my passion. So yeah, this is a good feeling already. Now, what I'm going to do, like I said, in true fashion, is to read the 3 major categories for this highlighted connection of Cancer and Leo. And if some of you, and there's a percentage, you know, they won't resonate with the Leo, give it some time. Or maybe you're just really going to do extremely well and feel extremely happy and jovial during your birthday season, and you'll be out more socializing. As much as you love home, you could have people come to your home. It is vacation time, and I know that a lot of us got together over this weekend for the first time in well over a year. And I got so excited about that. I want to be safe because I still work and I care a lot about that and just being safe. But I've gone through all the rituals I needed to. And I did get to see some not true. I got to see some family last weekend because I moved my business up the street. And that was awesome. It was just a preview of this past weekend. But I saw some friends for a short time. And I listened to the fireworks that went on throughout the entire night, basically. And I felt happy. And my heart was open with your influence, Cancer. And it still feels like that. And I love it. I absolutely love it. We all really, as human beings and the species we are, we need to connect. We need to be around people. And it's so wonderful. Now, we had the moon in Taurus, which is very complimentary to you over the weekend. That's that grounding. That's the practical things and being, once again, in a comfortable environment, making ourselves feel calm and happy and sensually happy. Food, good wine, good tasting, everything with sensuality, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that's in Leo, but it's also their ruling planet, and it just makes them want all of those goodies. And as long as you don't overindulge, you're really going to have an amazing time with that influence. But then it went into Gemini today. So Gemini is that sparky, thought-provoking, Mercury-ruled energy of the air sign that is about mutable sign, that likes to be busy and active and sociable and communicate and speak, and they're great with words, and they can be very persuasive and funny and witty. The life of the party, no doubt, you've met them and you know what I'm speaking of. And then there's ones, because of the duality aspects of Gemini, that can be very reserved and kind of a wallflower, but they're very intelligent nonetheless. And we did have Mercury retrograde going forward on June 22nd. So the good news is, as of officially July 7th, 2 days from today, the shadow's gone. That's it. Until the next one in just September. I believe it's September 28th. You'll have a shadow period before that through October 18th, which is through my birthday time. But you know what? This last retrograde, compared to the last couple of ones, because I write notes on everything, and you may agree, was definitely much easier for me. I had the mix-ups and schedules and the rescheduling and the, waiting and kind of being really, really flexible like usual. But it just felt a lot easier. So it does have a lot to do with the sign that it's in, and it was in the sign of Gemini. But like I said, that's going forward. The clarity's coming through for all of us. So anything we had thought about prior to the Mercury retrograde that we got stalled upon and we were waiting on, And a lot of people are waiting on a lot of things right now. That's all moving forward, boy. And that new moon is going to just accentuate that and just burst it and catapult it into the area and the places it needs to go. So that makes me really happy for you too, especially during your birthday season. Special, beautiful gifts come through. So let's see what these 3 categories have to say for you. I am using this month for the beginning half of the month, which is what these readings are. And then I read a second half of the month for every single sign again. So 2 readings per sign, and even more, because you may show up as a highlighted connection, Cancer, for a few of the other signs. I always just post what I do. You can push the notification bell. It lets you know what the title is and when I do upload, because it's a little different now that I'm pretty much back full-time at work. So yeah, let's see what it has to say. First card is always the overall energy category, I should say. And you have the, man, this keeps coming up. This is really bizarre. Because, I mean, I shuffle, and you see me shuffling, and I shuffle after and before, you know, I even start my videos. But it's okay, because it's perfect, and it makes sense. King of Cups. I actually thought it was a different one. I love that. This is you, because it doesn't matter about the gender. So there you are in your energy, and that's a beautiful thing. That shows me that you're feeling this sense of balance and security and good feelings. And, you know, it's all about the heart. The king is the mature, they're the ones that are very, very receptive and capable of handling their emotions. And they generally are happy, and they've gone through ups and downs in their lives, more so than a knight or a page, certainly. And things are good, man. Things are feeling good. Romance, overall happy feelings, like I said, the stability of feelings, which as a water sign, Cancer, I know you know, being ruled by the moon and the cycles coming and going every month, you know, we have the tides and they affect us and our moods, and, you know, we get these downloads sometimes, especially with the water signs, of information. Dreams are very prophetic at this time. Your intuition might be just kicking in high gear. Not to mention the fact that, you know, Jupiter, that benevolent planet that gets into our sign every 12 years, started in Aquarius this year, just stopped for a little stint in Pisces, your fellow water sign. So this adds even more amazingly beautiful things to your life right now. And then it'll go back into Aquarius on the 28th of July and head back into Pisces for the majority of next year on December 28th. So this is super, super good for you, Cancer. Magical things, opportunities, anything Jupiter touches, it expands. Relationships, anything happening during this time might just be a little something, something about what's coming up. So I love it. King of Cups, you know, that's Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. So that's a beautiful start, because that's about the heart. And that's where so many of us build upon many things, especially manifestations, when it's that emotional feeling of love and absolute, you know, imagination, creativity, all the things that come from Pisces as well, and being in Jupiter. And mind you, we do have Neptune and Jupiter in retrograde right now, which is common every year. It happens for 4 or 5 months with the outer planets that are a little slower moving, but they do affect us. And retrograde means it just goes more into us as to internalizing what we really do want and how we really are feeling, and being very, very keen and aware on that. So it's a good start. It's a good first category card. Let's go on to see what the other storyline has to say. Second category being possible blessings or obstacles. This deck, though, as I was starting to say, is the beautiful Queen of Tarots. So it's absolutely perfect, because the Queen in all of the Tarot decks represent the feminine duality of each of us. We have the both in every one of us, male or female. And the feminine tends to be the one that is more introspective, more receptive, more in tune, you know, to their surroundings. And that's what's going on. That is very heightened right now. So it's really beautiful. So if you're getting these hunches, or, you know, you have these ideas that are, write them down, please, because I know my dreams, I love recording my dreams, and a lot of times I just don't remember them. I do ask to remember them, And then I'll get flashes during the day and I'll try to get to a pen or pencil. They're messages, they're guidance for you, you know, and I know you know that. If you're a Cancer all your life, you pretty much have that down. But I like to just remind people that maybe don't even know they have that gift yet, you know, and then it really brings some amazing insights and inspiration to doing that. So let's see the second category, possible blessings or obstacles. 9 of Cups. I mean, this is what I said at the beginning. It's a really incredibly auspicious and beautiful time. We're getting gifts and we're being shown that it's going to be okay. And we needed to know that. We needed to be patient. And there was a lot of loss and a lot of sadness. And I don't want to, you know, minimize that in any way. I too completely understand. And it's about building ourselves from there. We had the 2 eclipses that are still very prominent as far as information they're going to give, and that had happened in Sagittarius as a full moon and the new moon in Gemini. So it was between truth-seeking and freedom-seeking and independence and trust and higher learning and educating ourselves and communication. You know, a lot of times water signs are so intuitive and they can sense and feel what people are thinking without even having a conversation. You know what I'm talking about. However, many Cancers are amazing speakers, of course. It depends on so much having to do with the remainder of your chart and the different planets they're in. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of times Cancers may not express themselves thinking that people just know what they're thinking, like you do with others. This is a time, though, for you in many years to come where that's going to start opening up and breaking up too. So these eclipses are going to help you with that. And they're going to give you the voice you need and the strength and the empowerment and the like a new awakening of this yet another gift you have. Maybe doing YouTube channels or iPods or what is it? Podcasts. You don't want to do an iPod. Podcasts and that sort of thing might be just up your alley. And you may not have thought about that before because you thought, well, I don't know that I have that in me. Well, this might be the year you find that out. And I'd be curious to see. But 9 of Cups is all about this wishes fulfill, man, in all areas that satisfy you and bring such great joy and phenomenal feelings of happiness and success and accomplishment and creativity. The cups are full, boy. All the water cup type of energies are everything I mentioned. And you've got this. And the 9 is just 1 away from the 10. So you're on your way. You've had certain wishes about this relationship, maybe. It's something you've been thinking about, or then mysteriously and magically during this time of your birthday season, it's coming through. It's all coming through. I don't see anything that's an obstacle about that. I really don't. But you might know something. And an obstacle can become a blessing or an opportunity. So that's amazing and absolutely wonderful. And then we go on to the 3rd category, which is finances. These are the 3 categories that kind of cover all major points for relationships, right? And so your last category of finances, which is an energy, you know, it's money, but it's also wealth in the areas that are important to you. Could be money, could be health, could be so many things. And you have the 9 of Swords. Ooh, baby. Okay. No, it's not. It's a 4 of Swords. Oh, no, it's not. It's a 4 of Wands. I'll get it right. Look at the intricacy. I love these cards. Forgive my vision, though. That's because I need to get a new prescription, and I promise I will. Not to, in fact, you can hold me to that, but it's just on the list. You know what I mean? And you just have to go and make things happen. I finally got the prescription now. That's number 1. That's like key. So now I got to just get the actual glasses. 4 of Wands. I can't imagine anything better than in the finances getting the 4 of Wands. First of all, the Wands are the fire, and that's the energy and the motivation and the incredible, passionate success and love of the Leo, right? You have as a highlighted connection, or Sagittarius or Aries, because they're all fire. But it is Leo in your case. And it is, like I said, we've got Venus and Mars, the planet of Mars being, you know, action, warrior, fever, like get it done, man. This is happening. The strength, the courage, the energy we've wanted and waited for in the last year. I certainly have. I'm feeling the momentum. It's been amazing and necessary and far too long for me. So the Four of Wands is that perfect stability in family and your four walls that surround you and keep it safe and stable, which is so important to you, Cancer. This is something you seek always to protect you and your family. You've got that crustacean, crab shell that's super hard, but inside it's just so much love and it's soft and mushy, and you don't want to get hurt, and you don't want to be, you don't want to be in a situation where you're feeling extremely vulnerable. So you will, you're going to be cautious. But this is letting you know you're okay, and the finances are absolutely wonderful. And between you and the Leo getting things done financially, you have this great simpatico is what I'm trying to say, but I don't know if that's the proper word. A synergy is another way to put it. You get each other that way. You love to be very, when it comes to money, you're extremely shrewd, but you can be very, very good at, saving, and it's not, I don't know, I know the word and you know what I'm speaking of, but it works. It works a lot because sometimes those Leos are just like so extravagant that you need to help them out and be like, okay, let's remember now, we got to think about the next time something in life happens we have no control over. Just letting you know, I know you love to be generous and kind, and I love you for that. I just want to make sure that we are feeling good, in times of unexpected circumstances. So there you come in. And you really are great with money, very sharp and money-minded, and you know how to manage money. So I love that. I mean, I cannot imagine. King of Cups, heart, love, great emotional, stability. Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled, dreams coming true, heart open, love, laughter, celebration, creativity. And then Four of Wands, stability, fire kind of passion and just feeling amazingly well. So there you have it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And then, oh yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. This is, your birthday season ends like 22nd when it goes into Leo season. So there's a lot more celebrating to come up. And I know you're going to enjoy every single moment of it. Just keep that moderation in there for yourselves, okay? Because it's easy to overindulge, I know. I am going to finish with this rune message that I always like to add now because they're incredibly, very, very synchronistic with the readings. And runes are one of the oldest oracles there are. They've been around for centuries. And your particular beautiful is like a V for victory. That's what it looks like to me. Or a boomerang. And these are beautiful runes that are the amethyst stone, and that's about warding and protecting yourself from toxicity and healing energies coming through. And by the way, with that, like I said, Jupiter in Pisces, extremely healing energy. So whatever it's about, let's see what this particular rune has to say for the time frame and the words associated with it. And yeah, right over that second category of the Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled. That you manifested, by the way. Okay, it's a co-creation, but you definitely put this in action. You can pat yourself on the back for that as well. So let's go over to the little rune sheet, and I'll tell you what it's exactly about. So that particular rune is actually on this, it's more on the side. It's not down like I had it. So I'll put it in the proper position. And the word and the rune itself is called Konaz, and it's number 6. And 6 is balance. It's great to have all these things happening, and it's going to be so much fun. And I know you're already excited, and you've been celebrating because you entered into your sun season Cancer on June 20th. So it's been going on, okay, and there's more to come. But you want to keep that moderation, and that's what the sixth house in astrology in your natal chart is about. Balancing work, play, love, family, all those things. So let's go inside and see more specifically what it has to say. So Kunaz. Number 6, the word associated with this torch, and that's just like the fire aspect we're talking about. That's the fiery spirit and ambitious kind of energy that's just surrounding you right now. At the summer, you initiated the season of summer, Cancer, because you're a cardinal sign, that all cardinal signs start a season. I mean, you know, summer solstice, we had the eclipses right near it like we did last year, so there's messages still coming through, and they're beautiful. And they're informative and helpful, and they guide us to our next transitional part of life, you know, from one aspect of our life to another, sometimes instantaneously, and sometimes it takes a while, but they're always for our better good, okay? So the words associated, the time frame is between September 13th and September 27th. So that's between Virgo season and Libra season, and that's just in a very short time. It will be towards the shadow period of our next Mercury retrograde, so don't want to talk about that too much. But something that's transpired between, let's say, the new moon in your sign, Cancer, and that time frame, it's huge. It's going to be big, okay? And it could be anything. It could be a move. It could be a new job. It could be this relationship. It could be being asked to be married, moving in together, all of those things, a child, you name it, but it's happening. And it's fated. So the words associated with this is skill, truth, illumination, clarification. So you'll get all the needs and the answers. I said the Sagittarius eclipse is all about truth. So a lot of truth's coming out in the world as it is. Stay tuned for that as well. Forgiveness, solution to a problem, and misunderstandings overcome. Justice assured. Whew! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's how the universe works, okay? It's always moving, it's always working, and it's always fair and just. It may tilt sometimes, like the scales, but it always comes back, and it never ceases to amaze me how that happens. It's quite phenomenal. It really is. If there's ever a phenomenon, it's how the universe works things out, and it may take years. For example, people that have DNA that they found from some kind of a horrible situation that came up, and they find it how many years later and recognize the person who was responsible for the crime or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. That sort of thing. It's just, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, and sometimes we have to wait for that. Seems as though this is the time when it's all being revealed in the beautiful way and the justice that is necessary. So, let me go on to read the oracle messages, which I picked for, once again, the mid-month readings. Or, excuse me, I picked it once for the mid-month reading last month. It was for Pisces, which was the last sign, but then I pulled out another one, I believe, and I'm back with this because I absolutely love this deck, and it's called the Starseed Oracle. And we're all starseeds, and there's so much to learn about that too. That's several videos, but you can look it up. And this deck is just, it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's so full of beautiful ways to express the important messages and information that's there for us. And so your specific beautiful message for the first half of July, is surrender to the sweetness. Oh gosh. Full moon in the background. The full moon will actually be on the 24th of July. And that will be in, what's that going to be in? Aquarius. 1 degrees. Oh boy, that's all about truth. That's all about just moving forward with our life in a way that we feel so confident and so independent, and, you know, helping others in the process, something you do naturally, Cancer, but just mind-provoking, intelligent kind of let's better ourselves, let's learn, let's educate ourselves and everyone so we can be on a more even playing field, right? Venus energy, a lot of that going on right now. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. That's like what your reading's saying, you know? It's all very, very congruent with each other right now. That's what it's about for us. Keep that feeling going. It'll continue to just ripple out and bring more and more of that. Like attracts like. Beautiful, beautiful picture though, huh? So I'm going to read to you what it says, and then I'm going to read the last 2 oracles and send you anyway, but I just appreciate you being here. If you have not subscribed, please push the subscribe button or the like or share, and all of them actually. Remember, the subscribe button does not ask you to pay for anything. You're not obligated to do anything. It's just letting me know that you resonate and you like what you're seeing and you want to come back and see more. And YouTube really likes that. And I love and appreciate you for doing that. It means a lot. So put this down, get the book. Surrender to the Sweetness. Man, I just saw it. It's in alphabetical order. This is a sensual, highly feminine card, and that's what you are as a water sign. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow. Well, here they come, Cancer, here they come. And to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder. To get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer and which you have within you when your well is full. And there's that watery reference to you as well. The ancient Babylonians connected to feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus. And in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. It's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out. It's summer. To reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. And I hope that happened for you this past weekend as much as it could, you know. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. Well, not lately, but a lot of us have. We strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focusing on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. So the stars, that's a tongue twister. The starseed soul inquiry for this is, how can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? Something to think about, something to really contemplate on. I love it. Now, I did add this Healing with the Angel Oracles deck. One of my favorites. I pull these every day. I have for years. And I just thought it would be important, and it came to me in my guidance to pull one for every single sign for the beginning of the month readings, and have it be the angel that's looking and the messages for this entire month, okay? For you, beautiful Cancer, you have new beginnings. Well, you are turning a different age, right? And that starts the new beginning with the solar return in our birthday season. So yeah, it doesn't matter what phase of life you are. You can imagine and create this life that you want, you know. And just the new beginnings, take them in, revel in them, embrace them. Just really, you know, center yourself and say, yeah, I've got this. I'm ready. I asked for this. I want this. I created this. And that's kind of a great segue into the last oracle, which is the super attractor manifestation deck, where you basically create the life you want because you bring it into existence. You feel it with the deepest of emotions into existence. The main component to manifesting is how we feel. We want to feel good for the good things, all right? Something to remember. And it has to be that way. You can't think that you don't have enough or you're not enough and then want a lot or you're way more. Believe how incredibly powerful and wonderful and special you are, and you're just exactly as you are. So your beautiful message, and I call it mantra or, you know, affirmation for the day, or week or whatever. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. It's all about love, you know. It always comes back to love and the power of love. And there's that feather, there's that wish upon a feather kind of thing, you know. That's an angelic kind of guidance. If you find feathers, you know that you've got angels around you supporting you. They just want to remind you sometimes. And there's the stars, you know, for looking up at the stars and making that wish and those dreams fulfilled coming true. So I love that reading. I'm going to leave it at that because it's so beautiful and powerful. And I'm so grateful to share that information with you. I hope you liked it. And I hope you'll come back for your mid-month readings because I'll be here for you. In the meantime, enjoy yourself immensely, okay? And take good care until then. Bye for now.